The Oscars are typically a perfect opportunity for watch spotting, and this year's 95th Academy Awards were exceptionally disappointing. With me today, I have Nick, a.k.a. Nick of Time, to talk about how disappointing the watches were in Academy Awards, in a.k.a. the Oscars this year. There was nothing good. I want to go through 8 samples of garbage watches that celebrities that could have afforded, borrowed, had any watch in their wrist decided to actually wear. How are you, Nick?
Well, Avi, thank you for having me back on the show. It's a pleasure as always. I couldn't agree more. This year was a drag, for lack of a better term. Normally the red carpet you see like creme de la creme, and this year we got nothing but Omega.
You know what I heard? I heard they got rid of the red carpet.
Yeah, it was like a champagne color this year.
Yeah, because supposedly the red carpet is like too
sexist.
No, not sexist. It's like it's kind of, what's the right word for it?
Triggering.
Well, definitely triggering. No, it's like elite.
Oh my God!
It's a red carpet.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So you're gonna take a carpet that's red and essentially make it champagne gold color.
I think the whole term red carpet, is...
It's the Oscars.
Correct. And now the Oscars no longer have a red carpet. And I guess, wait, did they just start the show, or do they have that whole entry where everybody's walking? I don't watch this.
I didn't watch it.
I don't watch it.
So is next year going to be purple? Or
it might.
Maybe
Maybe
they're going to make it a neutral color.
Isn't champagne more elitist?
That's good. What
I feel like champagne, it is more elitist.
It's solid gold. Just solid gold floor. 18 karat.
Well, let's get into the disappointing display of watches that occurred. But before we do, I do have something that I want to ask our viewers and our listeners. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, do me a favor, show us some support, show us some love by commenting, liking, subscribing to our YouTube channel, write a review on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you're getting this. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what you want to see more of, and we'll keep putting in the time and effort to do this. It's a little favor that I ask of every episode. I ask a favor of our viewers and listeners to make sure that we keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, keep it going.
So the first one is a very disappointing, watch worn by Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Not Michael Jordan, correct. This was a Tiffany & Co. square two-hand. Any idea what this watch is? Have you seen it?
Oh, so Creed essentially wore a rip-off tank.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love seeing that.
I mean, it really looks like the Cartier Santos,
yeah,
but
it looks
it's a Tiffany watch.
Right, it looks like an older Cartier dress watch.
Yeah. Some interesting facts about the watch itself. So Michael B. Jordan himself, he looked great. He had a nice tux on. He had 2 giant Tiffany brooches on. I guess that's like a cool flex to have these iced out Tiffany brooches on, but they went with the watch itself, I guess. The watch on his wrist is a limited edition piece from 2019. It's a 2-hand modeled after the 1920s design and features a Swiss-made manual winding movement, cathedral hands, a white satin sunburst dial, and silver matte effect numerals. Obviously, none of that stuff matters. The watch itself just looks too dainty, too elegant, for Michael B. Jordan.
I mean, listen, if he has 2 Tiffany pieces, literally brooches on him, clearly he's getting these watches from Tiffany.
Why didn't you get a Patek Tiffany?
That's literally what I was thinking. Just give him a Nautilus. Yeah. Give him the Tiffany dial Nautilus.
Or give him any other dress Patek watch that's beautiful.
Right.
Not to sound, one way or another, but I do feel that the watch is a little bit too feminine for this person specifically.
I think it's too feminine. It's honestly, it's lackluster is the first word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
You kind of nailed it. You could literally give him any other Tiffany stamp Patek, and it would have been fine.
Again, this guy is coming from, his latest movie was Creed 3, where he is a boxer, where he is fit, he's shredded. I kind of feel like something, presenting that look and that whole theme would have gone better. Now, again, who am I to comment on this? Absolutely nobody.
Because clearly we are the epiphany of fashion.
Yes, 100%. I mean,
Lululemons and a radio station shirt.
Correct. But as far as the watches go, and again, I don't watch the Oscars, not because I'm, not because I have an opinion on it in any way.
Right.
I just have better ways to spend my time. But I do keep up with the stories that come out afterwards of who's wearing what. And as far as watches, I constantly look for something cool, something exciting. Show me like a rare AP, a rare, Richard Mille. Show me something just super fucking cool. And unfortunately, this year did not do that.
No.
Our next person is Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. I don't know who he is. Do you know who he is?
No, not the slightest, but I know what he was wearing.
So he was nominated for Best Actor in his role in Aftersun, which I don't know what that is.
I know who won Best Actor.
Am I just too old for this shit? Like,
I'm 29. I still have no idea what the hell's going on.
What is Aftersun? Has anybody, any of you independent
I'm sorry.
We need
movie
Kyle.
guys
You know
watch
who would know? Kyle. Too bad he's gone.
Yeah, Kyle would know.
Is it Kyle?
The one thing I do have to say is in the picture of him, he is wearing a beautiful white like tux jacket.
Right.
So he looks really good. I wish the watch that he was wearing would go hand in hand with that entire look. He's wearing
You didn't like it?
The watch?
Yeah.
The Cartier tank.
Oh, I'm thinking of someone completely different. I don't even know who this guy is.
I'm going to show you. He's wearing a Cartier tank Chinoy.
Shinoya?
No, that's the brand. I'm going to show you this watch. It is a Cartier tank. It's just maybe a little bit more.
I was thinking that there's
distinct.
There's another guy that's in the white suit and he's wearing a 6263 Daytona.
You know who this guy looks like? He looks like Logan Paul.
Is it?
What the heck?
He looks like that and
Like a
the
white
dude who
trash.
played Billy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he does look like Billy from Stranger Things.
We get
the Cartier tank Chinoy, first launched in 1922 and revived last year at Watches and Wonders. It takes the icon that is the tank and incorporates Chinese architectural elements into its, I guess, build.
I mean, my thing there is if you're going to go Cartier, I don't know if I would do a tank. To be 100% honest with you.
What would you do, a Pasha?
No, I would do a Palladium Skeleton Santos on a black leather strap.
Yeah, that's
right?
cool.
Like that would fit his suit perfectly.
Didn't you just sell one? Or did somebody just sold one?
I sold one, a couple weeks
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago. Like that watch would fit that suit perfectly.
Oh, hold on. You know what we are missing here? How much? Any idea how much this watch would go for?
So that exact edition, I know the tanks for the
I'm going to
most
say it's less than 10 grand for sure.
tanks for the most part are under 10 grand.
Yeah.
You can get a good tank for under 10.
And it's funny because like these are, and back to my original point, these are people that can afford the finer things in life. They have stylists that whether they borrow it from a jeweler or a brand, they can equip them with, anything pretty much.
Then why go with that?
Correct.
Right?
Do you think because the champagne dial,
To go with the champagne.
To go with the champagne floor or rug?
Yeah.
So again, these are not decisions made by the celebrities themselves. Typically, they're
goes
not
by the
made.
stylist,
The stylists do this. Now, I'm assuming there is some input or some influence by brands themselves, because all celebrities are in fact, influencers.
Right.
I was going to use a different word, but influencers seems more appropriate.
More appropriate.
Ambassadors as well. This is an opportunity for product placement, right. And they could be either getting paid for this, for wearing this product, or they're just provided with this on loan for free to wear to this event where it's going to be seen by hopefully millions of people. The next individual whose name I'm going to butcher completely.
I'm so excited for this because I have a feeling I know who it is.
It's Ke-Hu Kwan.
Yeah, short round from Indiana Jones.
Possibly.
That's 100% who it is.
So he took the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Now, I have heard of this movie. I haven't watched it, but I've heard that it swept the Oscars. Was it a good movie? What is it about?
Everything Always at Once. No, it's like a...
So I see you watch it from beginning to end.
It's we're going to go on a little bit of a diatribe.
Make it a short one.
I'm going to.
It's everything.
It's pretty much like a multiverse movie where like this woman has experienced like different realities. That's as much as I'm going to go into it because I can nerd out. But it's essentially just woman dealing with every other aspect or every other reality she's in.
So back to the important part of this episode, his watch. He was one of many Omega wearers, at the Oscars. His was an Omega Globemaster. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'll show you a picture of it. It's the first Omega model to receive the coveted master chronometer certification. Stainless steel, features a hard metal scratch-proof fluted bezel.
Goes with the gold flutter.
It's got a black. God damn it! I can't speak today.
Is there something else in that Celsius? Because I'm kind of.
I am having it's been a day. A black and it's been a long week. It's Tuesday. Wait, we can't even say what day it is because we don't know.
48 hours in.
You might have to cut that out.
Leave it.
A blackened constellation star at 6 o'clock above the date window and hands and indexes filled with luminous superluminova. I'm going to show you the watch itself. Boring. Boring.
I'm going to just make a blanket statement about the Omegas that were there.
Okay.
There are so many other watches that Omega could have pulled out of the museum and stole the show. Museum? Pulled out of the museum and stole the show.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like
the one you're wearing.
Like the one I'm wearing. It's a platinum tourbillon. I'm just going to put it here. Factory set, 1 of 10 ever made. Oh, wow. Skeleton.
Beautiful.
And instead,
beautiful Omega.
Right, beautiful Omega.
Oscars worthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing it right now.
Yes.
He's not. The guy that won Best Supporting Actor.
He's wearing the most blah Omega so far in our list.
Oh, there's a few.
So.
And this is me saying it. And I love Omega.
Oh, yeah.
But that watch is...
It's a shame. Our next celebrity is Idris Elba, which...
They did him dirty.
Huh?
They did him dirty with this watch.
So this is something different. So it's funny because I was actually going to do an episode about this. Idris Elba is a 50-year-old British screen actor, screen legend. He was at the Oscars to present the award for Best Directing alongside Nicole Kidman, who, I mean, I've always loved. I mean, Nicole Kidman has just been like an icon. Like,
is that your celebrity hall pass?
No, absolutely not. Who's?
I don't know. You just said that you loved her forever.
I loved her as an actress, like as an actor. Like she's great in movies. I mean, what was that movie with Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah, Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Yes, Eyes Wide. Well,
so good.
Eyes Wide Shut. I cannot speak
Bro,
today.
are you okay?
No, I am not okay. I've gotten enough sleep. So this watch, and again, let me go into it. He's wearing a Gucci G Timeless Planetarium. Now, the reason I was going to have an episode about, this entire line of watches from Gucci is these are 6-figure watches that Gucci, known as a fashion brand, has produced. And the question was going to be, who the hell is going to pay 6 figures for a Gucci watch?
Don't get Dave in here because he'll go off.
Yes. So I was actually going to talk to Dave about these watches. The one thing I do have to say is that these watches are very nice, for if they didn't have the Gucci brand on them, if they had Jacob & Co. on them, they would be of a different magnitude, like a different, they would be considered, horology worthy,
right,
I guess, or enthusiast worthy or collector worthy. The Gucci G Timeless Planetarium worth $300,000 in this case for the one he's wearing. It's a very rare watch from a luxury brand. They have a high watchmaking, collection that, again, I was going to do an episode about. I don't think I'm going to do it anymore because it seems kind of boring. It's got a central tourbillon with a diamond star, surrounded by 12 rotating beryl stones, all housed in an 18-karat yellow gold case. I'm going to show you the watch. I got to say, it's a nice looking watch. But why? Why Gucci? What's wrong with RM? What's wrong with FP Journe? What's wrong with Lang & Son? Give him something like...
I'm a big fan. I'm going to butcher his name because I've been butchering
Idris
Elba.
Idris Elba.
I've been a huge fan of his for a while now, right? I see that watch and I do not think Elba worthy at all. Every movie that he's in, he's either like a badass, or he's like a very like by the book. That watch doesn't do it. It doesn't reflect who he is in any movie that he's in.
This has to be product placement. It has to be.
But why go with Gucci?
No, Gucci paid him.
No, I know, but like, he could have had any watch that he wanted.
What other Gucci watch? You're not going to put on a shitty Gucci watch.
I wouldn't go Gucci. If I was him.
If Gucci's paying you, you're putting on a Gucci watch. I'm sure it's a Gucci suit.
Yeah.
Probably Gucci shoes and a Gucci watch.
coming from the man who loves Gucci.
Is he a Gucci ambassador?
Oh.
It's actually, I don't know.
He might be. Anybody know?
Let us know in the
No,
comments.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, let us know. Is Idris Elba a Gucci ambassador? Next one is one of my all-time favorite, I guess, rock stars. And I am so disappointed that he was wearing this watch rather than the new Richard Mille Rockstar
I
edition.
thought the same thing.
Like, this guy would have been perfect for this.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz looked the part of the rock star.
Right.
He did a performance during, I think there was the memoriam segment. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
he was wearing
memoriam, whatever.
He was wearing a Jaeger LeCoultre Revolso.
Reverso?
Revolso.
Bro, what is going on?
Reverso.
Shot of that.
Yeah, a Jaeger LeCoultre, a JLC Reverso.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's horrible, bro. Can we cut all this crap out?
I'll stay now.
So he was wearing the classic large dual face small seconds. As the name implies, it's got 2 time-telling faces, one white, one black in this case. Well, not
cool.
white, I guess silvered. It's a silvered, I can't pronounce Galoish.
You can't pronounce anything.
You just keep going with this.
Arabic numerals, another with a black Clou de Paris. Gilouish? Gilouish? Anybody know how to pronounce this word? Peter? No? We need Marco or David here. We need some.
Seriously, what?
You know. He wore the black one to go with his entirely black outfit. In any other circumstance, it's a beautiful watch.
Yep.
Not in this case.
I'm a big fan of the Reverso. There's a lot of history behind it. I think it's a really cool watch. I do want to add one to my collection at some point. Does it match Lenny Kravitz at all?
No.
Not in the slightest bit. I agree. I think that the Rock Edition RM would be a fantastic watch for him to wear.
I mean, he got the whole.
Yeah, he's got the horns. He's giving it the horns.
You know?
Or that, or honestly, like something vintage. Something
Yeah, I
vintage
could
to
see
kind
that.
of match that, like, not rockabilly, but that rocker look.
I could see that. I mean, the opportunities are endless with Lenny Kravitz, and the fact that
it's Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, he ended up wearing this disappointing timepiece. And again, it's the timepiece itself is not disappointing on its
No.
own. In this scenario, it is.
I agree.
Now, next to the absolutely most disappointing
excited.
showing of all, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a.k.a. Black Adam.
How is this not the most disappointing?
This is the most disappointing.
Oh, this is
yeah. This is the most
All right, I just want to make sure we're on the
disappointing.
same page here.
According to the reports, he was snubbed at the Oscars. I don't know if that's the case because Black Adam sucked.
That was not a good
You know, as a movie.
I can get through a lot of movies.
And it's funny because I just watched it a second time on an airplane this past week. I watched it in a movie theater because one of my close friends is a Marvel enthusiast, so I went with him. Then I watched it again on an airplane because there was nothing else, and I'm sitting there like, why am I watching this again? Movie sucked.
You're a really good friend because if he's a huge Marvel guy, he wouldn't be watching.
No, it was a great opportunity for me to take a nap. You know, how often do I get to get away from the kids and just spend 3 hours napping?
And by the way, how bad were the movies in the airplane? If that was
That's your only choice.
I'm
gonna watch
They were
Black
pretty bad. I gotta say, they didn't have many good options. But I gotta say that over the last couple of years, I don't know if this is a COVID effect, there have not been many good movies. I'm actually excited because I saw a bunch of ads for like new movies coming out, like Guy Ritchie type stuff. Like I'm a big fan of Guy Ritchie movies, and there's some movies coming out like that fit that whole I guess style. Very much into that. Can't wait for those to come out. Yeah. So The Rock presented with his Jungle Cruise co-star Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt, big fan. You don't like Emily Blunt?
Another hall pass.
You're a fan of a Blunt, not the Emily part.
No.
Hey, she's a good singer. I mean, she's a good actress. Wait, is she the singer?
I don't think she's a singer.
No, who was the singer?
James Blunt?
Yeah.
Maybe James Blunt. Never mind. She's a good actress.
Emily Blunt's married to John Krasinski, the dude from The Office.
Jim?
Yes, you're right. Yes, I thought she was a singer for some reason, but I know
You
she's.
got the last name Blunt wrong.
I'll be smoking a blunt.
I am definitely, yeah.
What's going on?
Again, so I'm gonna. You know what? Here, I will show you why I am so out of it.
Oh my god!
I don't want to see what's on your phone.
I'm going to show you. This is how my son was sleeping with us all night.
What is Philip doing?
Sleeping horizontally under our pillows. This is why I got no sleep last night. This is him.
Bro, I thought like the way the dog sleeps in bed is bad. That's just horrible.
I kept on, waking up, having feet in my head. Yeah, it was not pleasant. I did not get much sleep.
Why didn't you just go to the couch? Or just bring him back to his room?
Because we can't bring him back to his room. He just runs right back to us. And it's funny so I know we're going off topic here. I just recently saw this thing like, while your kids are young and they want to sleep with you, like everybody says no. And we never allowed it with our older daughters. But with him, we allow it. I allow it because like it only lasts for a little while. Like he'll grow out of it. And like I love waking up next to him. Other than that, typically he doesn't sleep like that. Tonight he did. So The Rock's disappointing watch choice was a Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. A $2,800, $2,600 watch?
$100 watch.
Woof. What was that? Like
I don't know.
Is he suddenly like sponsored by Tag Heuer? Is he an F1 driver?
Like 5 texts the next morning, like, hey, what's the watch that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's wearing? And I like Googled it. I'm like,
so people are calling it a low key, choice. It's not a low key. It's a shitty choice.
Yeah, but he's like at the same time low key. This man is known for wearing bigger watches. Go Panerai.
Okay. He's Hollywood's #1 star. Yeah. Like literally, he is
most paid actors.
The top most paid actors. Yeah. Like he is.
He's it.
Is he like the
top?
He's it. He's #1.
He's #1. Who puts on a Tag Heuer Aqua Racer on him? And how does he not say, guys, I think you've made a mistake here?
Maybe, you know what it could be? Maybe he like got into a huge fight with his stylist. They could have put him in like some ridiculous watch. Like, what, I'm just going to wear, and grabbed his PA's watch. And so I'm just going to wear this. That. No. You never know. I don't know what's going on in Dwayne The Rock Johnson's head. Do you? Because clearly he doesn't either if he allowed himself to wear an Aqua Racer.
Next one, we have Questlove. Now, Questlove, again, many options for him to wear, all sorts of really cool watches. He went with an IWC Portugueser. Now, again, on its own.
Great watch.
Yeah, great watch. Awesome. Beautiful. I'm going to show it to you. This one in particular is beautiful. Perpetual calendar. It's got, you know
what? I'm going to disagree with you here.
Really?
I'm going to disagree with you here. It's low key, unless if you know every complication that, is in the watch. It makes sense for Questlove.
Does it?
I think so. I think it makes perfect sense for him. He's flashy when he wants to be, but for the most part, he's just in a t-shirt and jeans. I think that is honestly the best pairing that I've seen so far.
Okay, out of our crappy.
Well, out of what you decided were crappy choices.
Most of the fashion,
the least crappy.
Yeah, the least crappy. So most of the fashion magazines were actually talking about his pair of Crocs. He had like a very interesting.
Yeah, bro, he's gonna chill. He doesn't care. He's literally chilling.
The watch itself is a perpetual calendar, displays the date, day, and month, a 4-digit year indicator, perpetual moon phase for both northern and southern hemispheres, and does this with a 7-day power reserve. Right. Watch itself is impressive.
It's a great watch.
Beautiful watch. I love the gold. I love the black dial. Super nice looking watch.
Very cool.
Not ideal for the situation, I think. In my personal opinion.
He's wearing Crocs.
My humble opinion.
You put any other watch on his wrist, it's still going to be like, this man was literally wearing Crocs that he bought at like a Walmart for $20 and whatever.
What do I see him in?
I think that's it. For like that outfit, I think it makes sense.
No, I think the dude should have been rocking like a rainbow Daytona.
That's over the top.
Or go even crazier, rose gold rainbow bezel perpetual AP. Perpetual calendar AP.
That'd be interesting. Or a frosted purple monster.
Just the way that you said it, just straight.
It's not as funny.
No. That, or even if you want to go like crazy, baguette open work.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
It's a double balance, fully baguette AP.
Okay,
skeleton.
I got you.
Well, the one that we have.
Baguette open work, right. Doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
All right, next to our final, he is the The
Man
sob
of the
story
hour.
of Hollywood. Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser? Brendan?
Brendan? I think it's Brendan, yeah. I
Brendan?
don't think it's Brendan. I think it's Brendan.
Brendan.
Hey.
Brendan Fraser.
Glad we can agree.
Yes, was wearing an Omega Speedmaster chronoscope. Now, again, the watch itself, I'm a fan. I like the watch.
That's cool.
I am saddened to see another Omega on the champagne carpet. You know, I think that there could have been a good, variety of watches. They could have done something that was like really outstanding, something that's going to leave a mark, on a world of watches. In this case, it did not. He did take home the best actor for The Whale.
Yep.
Again, not a movie I've ever seen.
Great movie.
Was it?
That's a sob movie, if you want to like cry about it.
So, this particular interesting Omega is the Speedmaster chronoscope. It takes the legendary Speedmaster and mashes it up with a 1940-style instrument design. Features 3 distinctive timing scales, a tachometer scale, a pulsometer scale, and a telemeter scale. Watch itself is a very nice-looking watch.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Does it go with Brendan Fraser? Does it go with the Oscars? No. Maybe with the first. Maybe it goes with Brendan Fraser.
It goes with Brendan Fraser.
It doesn't go with the Oscars.
He also wasn't in some crazy tuxedo. He was just in a traditional tuxedo.
Yeah.
Right? Am I stoked that this is the watch that Omega decided to put him in? Absolutely not. But I think it makes sense for Brendan Fraser. It's an underdog watch, underdog actor.
Yeah. He's got a point.
Maybe.
This is the first time he's been in the Oscars in years. First time he's been nominated in years.
That might be true. But again, my disappointment is the fact that, first of all, we don't have, other than a Gucci watch, we have no, significantly expensive watches. There's no 6-figure watches here. That Gucci watch is a $300,000 watch. That really.
What the hell? What's her name? The woman that won Best Actress for Everything, Always, Whatever.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. What is it?
She was wearing a diamond.
There you go.
There was one.
There you go.
And there was a few. There was a vintage Daytona. There was a 6263. There were watches, actual, high horology pieces and pieces that hold historical fact or value in the world of watches. But I agree with you.
I feel like these are the
Definitely.
8 worst options.
Well, I feel like there was more crappier options than
Yes.
there were better options.
There was a display of crap compared to the few, watches that stood out. And yes, I saw, a couple of cool ones. I didn't see the RM, but I did see the vintage Daytona. That was a nice choice. I'm just surprised. These are events where they get an opportunity to really showcase, what they're capable of, what their choices in style and horology, and also just to flex. Nobody out of these were a flex.
Look, even last year too, we saw a lot of Omega. Right? You have Andrew Garfield is an Omega ambassador.
Is Omega an unofficial sponsor of the Oscars?
I think they have to be. Clooney is an Omega ambassador.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, Daniel Craig is an Omega ambassador.
Yeah.
We see a lot of them at every event, every award ceremony.
I kind of wonder how does this affect Omega sales in general? Seeing Brendan Fraser wearing an Omega, how does this, does it motivate you? Okay, well, if he's wearing one. The watch itself is a beautiful watch, like I said, and yes, I would purchase one. I wouldn't wear it to the Oscars.
No.
Yeah. These are the 8 worst watches of the Oscars based on our not so humble opinions. I really hope that next year's Oscar, doesn't have these. I hope that I hope
They don't come back.
Yeah, I hope that next year Oscars really just puts on, a good show when it comes to the watches that people are wearing. And I guess we can only wait and see, what happens there. I'd like to know what the viewers and listeners to this, people that are listening to this show, please excuse my speech impediment today. I really want to know what you guys think of these watches, what you think of our, opinions of these watches. Are we wrong? Are we right? Are we at least on point? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please let us know in the comments. Nick, thank you very much for being here today and helping me rip apart these watches and watch choices. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Thank you for watching.